One of the biggest problems I had when I was a teenager was I just had a complete inability to meet people. I wouldn't exactly say I had social anxiety. It's not like I was scared to talk to strangers or whatever, but it was weird. Like whenever I would go to talk to someone I didn't know, I just would not be able to find any words. I wasn't scared. It was just I had no ability to find any words to talk to strangers. And, I think this is a common thing. I think more and more people just lack this skill to meet new people and be able to talk to strangers. And, I've done a lot of thinking about this, and I've come to the conclusion that the main problem is this thing called Instagram. I'm sure you've heard of it before. You probably use it. And it's this app specifically that looking back on it, ruined me and my ability to meet people, and is probably the same thing is happening to a lot of you or someone you know. So basically, here's how it worked in my mind was, I went to a decently small school. There's like maybe 150 people in my grade in high school, and I followed just about every single one of them on Instagram. So, I went into this school, I followed everyone, and all of a sudden, I knew everyone's name, like what everyone looked like, something about them, without ever having to meet these people. So, when I would see them in the halls, I'd be like, oh, that's that person, oh, that's that person. And what this did was it would completely destroy my ability to, have that human nature thing of walking up to someone and going, hi, what's your name? Blah, 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 nice to meet you, all that stuff, which is a crucial ability to have, as I have learned as an adult. The ability to just go up to someone, introduce yourself, ask them about themselves and stuff like that. Instagram is taking away this need to meet people because instead of without Instagram, we would have to go up and talk to people to get to know them. But unfortunately, because of this social media thing, you can find out a lot about the people around you without ever having to talk to them at all. And I think that's really harming, young people, because like I said, it's one of the most important skills is just being able to go up to random people and introduce yourself and get to know them. Because if you follow them on Instagram, what's the point? You already know them. I never knew that. I didn't know this was happening to me when I was a teenager. I just thought that's the way things was. And it really did end up affecting me because think about it like this. If you don't know people and you're just going up with strangers, there's no pressure or anything. But if you go up if you see someone and you follow them on Instagram, you already know a bunch of stuff about them. And it would make it weird to be like, hi, what's your name? Because you already know their name. And I don't know. For some reason, for me, it just made it so intimidating, knowing exactly, because I was on Instagram a lot, way more than I should have been, multiple hours a day. And now, granted, half of that was looking at memes, but the other half was just seeing stories and posts of people I see every day at school, but have never actually talked to. So I ended up knowing way too much about people I had never talked to. And that just, for me, I guess, subconsciously, I wasn't thinking about this in the moment, but it just removed that need to go and talk to people to get to know them. Not even talking directly about them, if there was no Instagram, we could get information, about someone from someone else. Even then, at least, you're interacting with someone. But Instagram is so, cut off from reality that you can learn so much about people without ever having to talk to them. And I feel like that's just a complete break in how things should be. Because how things should be is you see someone, they look interesting, you go up, you say hi, you meet them, you get to know them, and things are good. But unfortunately, I think Instagram is just breaking that social ability for people to have, mainly young people, because adults, you get there eventually. But, I personally, for me in high school, I had so much trouble meeting literally anyone at all. So I have drummed up a solution for this that I have recently employed, and I think it's helped because even, I'm a couple of years out of high school, I still followed all these people for some reason, but I made myself a rule on Instagram, and it's that I unfollowed every single person that I would not know if I saw I haven't talked to before. I literally unfollowed every single person from high school that I had never had a conversation with and would say hi to if I saw. So I think that has really improved, like gotten rid of the main problem of like knowing. And I did this for college too, because even for some reason I'm a grown ass man, and in college, you know, there were a bunch of people I like knew of that went to college that I followed that I had never talked to, and it just made it weird seeing them being like, I know exactly who you are, but I'm not supposed to tell you that, and it is just weird. So ideally, no Instagram at all, but you know, we understand Instagram Reels are funny, memes are funny, some people send you stuff. So I'm not saying Instagram as a whole is awful, but I just think this whole thing of being able to know people without having to get to know them is really hurting mainly young people's ability to just like develop that skill of meeting new people. And maybe it's different. I'm sure it's different for you guys, but let me know in the comments if you have this similar experience or you know someone who has, because I think it can't just be me. There must be other people. So that's all I got for today. Let me know what your thoughts on this are in the comments. And with that being said, see you guys in the next one. Peace.